Third race of the USAR Hooters Pro Cup Championship Series in 2008. Mark McFarland, Benny Gordon will come to pit road for tires. No fuel.
Well, the big thing right here is they are putting on 4 tires, but Mark McFarland had to stop before the start-finish line. Benny Gordon passed the start-finish line. He's down to pit stall number 1. That means he led 1 lap. He picks up 5 points.
All right, and our Aaron's Lucky Dog, Tim Bainey Jr. in the Aaron Sales and Lease Ownership 00 will get back on the lead lap. Our FatHats.com safety car lights are out. Tony Cox driving today because Mike Lowe continues his recovery after his medical problem earlier this fall. A lot of the drivers signing a get well card for Mike, and we look forward to seeing him back at the racetrack shortly. 2 laps to go till halfway. Jeff Agnew is your restart pole sitter in the 73. That is the Team 7 Mark IV Suzuki entry for the former national champ, and he takes up. Man, it builds a big lead here. James Busher in second. Gary St. Amant of the Jakes.com Chevy up to third now. Great restart there for your race leader. Back a little further, the 56, A.J. Frank. The Strutmasters.com machine in front of Jay Fogelman's 4 car. Sam Falone down on the inside. He was in that first lap tangle that resulted in a complete restart.
So it's Jay Fogelman and Benny Gordon. Jay Fogelman talked about being consistent and trying to stay in front of those guys all day long. He's got that accomplished right now, but can he hold those 2 cats back?
Caution here again off of turn 4. Dana White goes around in car number 3. Dana White out of Charlotte, the Southeastern Outdoor Products.com entry. We see halfway. Cross flags over Jeff Agnew under caution. He wins the Lucas Oil halfway leader bonus. He's led 39 laps thus far through a couple of lead changes. Former Hooters Pro Cup national champion out of Floyd, Virginia. Agnew's had a decent year, not a great year, in that Mark 7 Suzuki Ford. And before the start, we talked to Jeff Agnew about the change from a night race to a day race.
We've never been here, and since we've been here, it's been cloudy and rainy, and we tested pretty good the way it was, so now the sun's out, and I don't know, we're just going to kind of wing it, and if we see we missed it a little bit, we'll come in and make some changes.
Well, Jeff Agnew's leading the race, so I guess winging it is pretty darn good, isn't it? And as far as coming in and making the adjustments, that's over.
All right, time for our Heinz Performance Tech Tip by Buddy Scott Sutherland on brake systems and brake fans.
This is a brake pedal assembly that's inside the race car. Brake, clutch. We have 2 master cylinders, one for the front, one for the rear, which is very important. We have a balance bar. I can adjust the brake bias. More to the front, more to the rear, depending on how the car's driving. As the fluid goes out to the calipers, we're going to clamp down on those huge rotors that creates heat. In order to take care of that heat, we use a Pro System brake fan. The brake fan's hooked to a hose, goes back to that spindle, cools that rotor off, and hopefully we can make it to the end.
Now, is this a place where you've got to keep your brakes cool and
I
under control?
I think it is, Rick. You go down into these corners so fast, you use a lot of brakes. And it's been tight traffic all day, so you're really gearing off the guy in front of you. Get somebody up there that's kind of clogging it up, you're going to use a lot of brake pedal.
And, of course, if you're not out front, you're not getting a lot of clean air to the nose of that race car.
Yeah, that makes it even that much worse. So you've really got to concentrate on rolling the car in, not overdriving in and clamping those brakes on.
Well, Jeff Agnew is not overdriving that 73 at all. Great job by Agnew to get to the front. And how about young James Busher in the Mercedes Holmes 84 up to second spot. Here comes Jay Fogelman now on the outside in the 4. The Greased Lightning Speedco Truck Lubes entry.
Well, the biggest surprise to me is the guy running third, Gary St. Amant. Who would have guessed it? Go, boy, it's your birthday.
Gary St. Amant with a huge win here. 10 years ago today, a race that we did, the old ASA National Tour. St. Amant on his way to his first title back in 1998. Good to see him up on third spot. Back a little further in the field, the 81, Mark McFarland, the early leader, the Sears Auto Center entry in front of Bobby Gill in that USG sheetrock car. Trying to sift his way through some slower traffic. Clay Rogers back out.
And I think Clay will probably give way to these guys. He knows how important this title fight is. He's going to get out of the way, let these cats go. Doesn't really want to get out of the bottom too easy. But Bobby Gill showing a little bit of muscle, going to go with these cats.
Remember, Rogers missed a bunch of laps behind the wall with a rear-end center section problem. They fixed the car, but he's no contender to win today. Well, how about this, though? Benny Gordon goes to the outside. All of a sudden, Rogers picks up the pace.
And you really wonder what's going on here, because that's going to open the door. McFarland's going to be able to follow him through. If he hangs Benny out there to dry, we know how hard it is to get grip up there. He's stuck.
Bobby Gill next in line in the Kimnock Ford. Gill thinking, okay, I could be in great shape here. Gordon stuck on the high side. Gill wiggles, and McFarland is able to get in front of Gordon for 6th.
Well, that's a points race. Benny Gordon needed to keep that 81 card. 81 needed to get in front of that 66. The question is now, was he set up by the 54, or is his car just starting to go away and he can't get going?
Agnew, meantime, catching a lot of heat from young James Busher out of Texas in the Mercedes Holmes 84. We've talked about Busher and how much seat time he gets in different series in NASCAR. He's raced in the Nationwide Series, in the trucks this year, in the Camping World East Series, and in ARCA, along with being a regular in the USAR Hooters Pro Cup Series. Running second right here, a little further back, Mikey Kyle in the 65. Gordon is there. Hunter Robbins in that Goodson Consulting entry. Gordon gets in front of the 6, but McFarland has started to pull away. I'm wondering if Gordon's got a problem.
He's kind of falling back, but remember, he was trapped on the outside. If you get up there, it's so hard to get off.
Oh, problem. Caution on the speedway. The 49 goes around. This is over in turn 4. Dana White in the 3. Michael Kidd in the 49. Let's take another look at what happened over between 3 and 4.
If you look at the top of the screen, you see him sliding. You almost think he had a little bit of help, maybe by Drew Herring.
Now we're hearing some stories, some reports on the radio that Benny Gordon in the Samuel Metals Ford may have a tire going down his left rear. Looks as though it's a little soft there.
Yeah, I would say there's not enough air in the left rear tire. That would explain why his car started backing up on him. If he could dodge his bullet, though, this would be a great caution for him.
Our Miller Lite Rookie Rundown headed by Mikey Kyle, who runs 8th. We'll be back.